We had that very long consolidation, lasted, basically from March to October, broke out of that, and so we've had a nice technical move. Be a little bit cautious here. We've got very big deviations from long-term moving averages. Bitcoin is overbought and currently, at a very elevated level on a momentum basis. Here's what you need to know before the bell this morning. Big news, of course, overnight is that Bitcoin hit 100,000. This is the kind of the level it's been flirting with now for the last really kind of month. Lots of headlines like, will Bitcoin make it above 100,000? Yesterday, Trump appointed a new head for the SEC. Of course, Gary Gensler will be stepping down from the SEC before the inauguration. He's the chairman of the SEC. So Donald Trump appointed a new head for the SEC who's very pro-crypto friendly. That got everybody very excited. Crypto broke out of that 100,000 range, currently trading about 102,000 right now. So again, just a continued move here on a lot of excitement. Really, starting back, we were at 60,000 back in October. Right, so now we're at 102,000. So again, after a very, very long consolidation in Bitcoin, this is, we talk a lot about technical analysis and portfolios, etc. And one of the things that you look for in technical analysis are long periods of consolidation where something just doesn't go anywhere. And this can be a stock, it can be anything that you're looking at, but you get a long period of consolidation like this. This works off a lot of previous overbought conditions, kind of gets a negative bias put into, whatever the asset is. And then eventually you break out of that consolidation, and that gives you kind of a launch pad for a bigger move. And that's what's happened here since October. We had that very long consolidation, lasted, basically from March to October, broke out of that. And so we've had a nice technical move. But again, as we've talked about before, be a little bit cautious here. We've got very big deviations from long-term moving averages. Bitcoin is overbought and currently, at a very elevated level on a momentum basis. Again, doesn't mean that it can't go higher. I'm not saying that at all. But again, this is kind of one of those areas where eventually you're going to get a pullback, as is always the case. If you think Bitcoin's going to go to 200,000, that may very well be the case. It's just not going to go straight there without a pullback along the way. So again, if there's something that you're in, this is a good time to take a little bit of profit, kind of rebalance your risk a bit. You get a pullback to support levels. Buy some more. It's completely okay. But again, just kind of something to think about. Again, a lot of just exuberance around cryptocurrencies right now, particularly since the election, because a lot of the things that Trump has been doing has been appointing people that may bring a bit more favor in terms of an asset class to Bitcoin in terms of the overall financial markets. Outside of that, though, technology also had a big breakout yesterday after a good long consolidation. And again, lots of headlines. And this is always the great thing about headlines, right? Headlines for the last several months have been, technology's dead, AI trade is over. And again, who wants to be in AI stocks, right? I don't know. But anyway, yesterday we had a very nice breakout of technology to a new high after a nice long consolidation since that yen carry trade blow up earlier this year. So again, this is, these are the types of things. The market's very optimistic right now, very bullish at the moment. We continue to move asset prices higher, see money flows coming in. We've had some of the largest inflows into equities on record in just the last couple of months. So we've had a very, very big move in asset prices over the last 2 months. That's been driven a lot by foreign inflows as well as retail inflows, and professional inflows have been very, very elevated across boards. And particularly we're seeing this not just in actual equities, we're seeing massive inflows into ETFs and particularly leveraged ETFs. We're seeing a lot of speculative investing right now in the markets across the board, particularly on the leverage side, where investors are wanting to take on more risk to be invested in the markets right now. Again, very optimistic outlooks across the board, but again, that does contain a lot of risk. So again, it's just as we continue to talk about higher asset prices, and again, the bull market remains intact, we're going to be higher into the end of the year most likely, probably have some bumps along the way, but higher into year end, but continue to manage risk, rebalance accordingly, manage your portfolio as you need. That's what you need to know before the bell this morning.